Race number 5 is Australia race number 10. It's over the 1,400 metres here at Belmont Park. I really like this race. I think there's a bit of intrigue, and there's a few that get their chance, haven't had a lot of winning form, find a weakish race to try and stake their claims.
Yeah, I find these 3-year-old races very interesting, Adam. We'll go straight to the replay though. Number 2, Early Sun, winning last week.
Around the corner, and the leader is just like that, the debutant by a length over Pix Pride. Snits along, Idyllic Queen. Early Sun's bullocking into the clear now. Here's Early Sun getting through, and wider out Ros Martini, but Early Sun races to just like that. Idyllic Queen, Ros Martini, he's having to really ride it to the line, but it'll get the money and land. Good bet.
Yeah, this horse has really turned its form around recently. A really good win at Bunbury over the 1,200 metres. And then I thought last start the 1,200 was too short as well. And Lou Luciani mentioned that he had actually nominated for a 1,400 and that was the preference, but decided to go around. And the horse looked to be in trouble, but then all of a sudden punched through the grate. Some really aggressive riding by Jared Noski, which was the key, and managed to get the job done. He said it backed up well and came out of that run well that we'd seen the 1,400 metres. And here we go now. What I like with Early Sun too, I think Belmont's a better track for it. 5 attempts for 2 victories and 2/3. In good form, carries weight, can certainly win the race.
Absolutely, Adam. I'll give it a great chance. We've also got those Cool Passion form lines, which Key to Fame and Celebrity Dream come out of. Now, Key to Fame was a little bit disappointing first up, I thought, but second up, I think the Milliard will have it right.
Yeah, I think it'll improve dramatically here. Barrier 1, a big tick, 57.5 kilos, and a winner second up as well. As you mentioned, was beaten 4 lengths. The day didn't quite suit. The step up in distance is ideal, and there's not too much, I think Cento will go forward here, but it's not too much outside of that will want to lead, so should get it much more easier out in front. The one that I'm really keen on, I think it has to be almost close to one of the better bets of the day, is number 4, Celebrity Dream. Barrier 3, the 55 kilos here. The 2 recent runs have been good, beaten 1.8 lengths by Auntie's Delma and a long neck by Cool Passion as well. Jumped out of the ground late. I think the extra distance, ideal. Barrier, ideal. I think should be flashing home and the one to beat, and that's the one I've got on top. 4, Celebrity Dream, from 3, Key to Fame, 1, Senso, and 2, Early Sun.
Almost the exact same numbers, Adam. I've got the 4, Celebrity Dream on top, from 3, Key to Fame, 2, Early Sun, and 1, Senso.
Race 6 at Belmont, it's Australia, race number 12 over the 1,000 metres. There is some serious speed in this race on paper.
Absolutely, Adam. This will be a cracking race. Really looking forward to seeing this race. We'll go straight into the replay of number 8, Fireborn, winning 2 starts ago, beating Cadenza.
Then by big bumper sticker to the middle of the course come Cadenza. Dance Mindy Dance at the 200, the leader. Here comes Clobberetta and Fireborn. They're starting to run on down the outside. Little Bonnie draws the whip on Clobberetta. It's Fireborn coming at Clobberetta. Clobberetta, Fireborn, Cadenza. Fireborn got the head in front. It's Fireborn.
Yeah, on paper now, those form lines really hold up with the way that Cadenza's been running recently. Prior to that run, Fireborn hadn't done a lot, and since that run was beaten 5 lengths as well. So I've got a couple of question marks, but the 1,000 metres, a big bonus here, has had the 7 attempts there and is placed on 4 occasions. So I think Fireborn can certainly run a race. I just don't think it's got the class to match it with some of the better gallopers here.
The 2 3-year-olds down the bottom are 2 of the better gallopers you mentioned, Adam. I think they're the ones on the up, and they're the ones that should be taking this race by the scruff of the neck, to be honest. They've got all the class. This Presenter Tie over from New Zealand had 2 runs in New Zealand. The Peters investment, the Peters family have picked it up, and they obviously think she might be a nice filly and a nice mare in the future to breed with. But her 2 runs in New Zealand, if you guys get a chance out there, go and have a look at her 2 runs in New Zealand. They were very moderate races. That's fair enough. But the way she won, she has got an explosive dash, and if she's brought that over here to WA, she will be so hard to beat with the blinkers on as well.
Yeah, forget the breeding at the moment, because she's got wins in her. It's as simple as that, doesn't she? And we saw that in the recent trial as well. You mentioned the runs are over there. Do watch them, because as you said, the turn of foot's brilliant. But I really like the trial as well. It was only beaten under a length by Lucky Grey, and look, did a lot more work than Lucky Grey and put in a lot more effort, but ticked a lot of boxes on the way. Blinkers on, 54 kilos. She's going to have a very nice turn of foot, and she's going to have every chance here. My smallest question mark is the 1,000 metres, but with speed from the likes of McCrawfie's Hope, Brzezinski, Spiritual Eyes, Fireborn, the list goes on in this race, they will be flashing home late. I think she can certainly run a bit of a race.
And I reckon that's why they put the blinkers on as well, Adam. Sharpen her up first up. See how she goes with them. If she races agreeably with them, and she'll be very hard to beat, as will 10-12 rounds, who's also in the market, 3-year-old racing well.
Yeah, racing really well. I'm going to go with the speed though in this race. I think number 6, Spiritual Eyes, can get away far enough with the 52 kilos. It'll be too hard to catch. From number 11, Presenti, number 7 in Unperturbed, and 5, Rosinski.
I've gone the form in New Zealand filly on top. Number 11, Presenti from 10-12 rounds. 2, Roger the Roman, and 1, Travelin.
Race number 7, it's Australia. Race number 14 at Belmont Park over the 1,600 metres. And a lot of these horses have been going head-to-head in recent times.
Yeah, they have. They've been meeting each other around the place, and there's some good ones and some not so good form lines coming out of this. But we'll go to the replay of the Sheila Gwynn Classic, which Zonte comes out of, running second behind Magnificio.
Move with Magnificio. Further back behind them, Cadenza, Tarquin, Shadow, and then Wink and a Nod at the 200. Zonte tackled by Magnificio. Zonte, Harvey draws the whip, fights on the outside. Magnificio gets the head in front. Further back, Wink and a Nod, but Magnificio put pay to Zonte. Wink and a Nod, and it's Magnificio.
Yeah, she's going well, isn't she, Zonte? It was a really good performance, and I remember we were both quite keen leading into that race, the way that she was going. But the biggest question mark for mine here is the 1,600 metres. I think the 1,400 is ideal. She doesn't want to go much further than that. She only has to carry 2 kilos more for dropping from that listed race to a 62 plus. But the wide gate, I just want to see her do it back-to-back performances.
Absolutely, Adam. And admittedly, behind Magnificio, she wasn't at her best that day, so we'll see how that form holds up. Onto the favourite now. Universal Laws opened up around $2.20. Probably should have won last night. I'm happy it didn't. I was on Northridge, but should be going close here.
Yeah, still pulling my hair out, just jumping across backs on that occasion. I think William Pike's still trying to look for a way out. Normally that does appear for him, but just didn't on this occasion. If you watch Universal Laws, zigzagging, being pulled back, everything possible is the worst thing you wanted to see if you're on the punt that day. But I think from that we take enough encouragement that Universal Law is back, and at Belmont Park I think we'll be winning this race 2 from 2 at the track. Barrier 7, just get back, sit out wide, no need to look for luck this time, just go straight past them.
Also the big boy Star Bay now completely dismissed this galloper's last start run behind Galaxy Sun. A bit of bad luck there, but its runs before then have been really well, and he was building towards something last start. We thought that might be the day for him, but at 15-1, I can definitely entertain his chances.
And really likes Belmont Park too. Has run there on 9 occasions and finished inside the top 3 on 5 occasions too. The biggest concern for mine, and it just sounds bizarre, but you have to do it when you do the form for Star Bay, is Barrier 3 is a nightmare. This horse is huge. It wants to be outside. You want to see 11 or 12. You'd swap with Zonte happily. Now, it's going to be up to Jake Casey, and thankfully he knows this horse well, to make sure that from 3, they can just get out of the way, because if it's caught on the fence or it's caught in traffic, Star Bay just doesn't go, and that has to be the biggest concern for this race. But I'm with you. Forget Run last time can certainly win this race. Taking a look at the selections, I'm going to go number 3, Universal Law. From 9, The Flirt, 4, Futurism, and 1, Zonte.
Yeah, Adam, I've got the one on top, Zonte. From 3, Universal Law, 2, Wins a Moment, and 11, Star Bay.
Final race of the day at Belmont Park, and an absolute cranker here, Australia race 16 for our Singapore viewers over the 1,400 metres. And you want to speak about form lines coming from area. Ascot, chuck in Albany, throw in Geraldton, midweek Saturdays are all here for the final race of the day.
A few old timers as well, Adam, and a lot of speed, I think, in this race. We'll go back and have a look at Spinder Wheels winning last start at Bunbury.
Mac headed for home at the 300, led a length and a half. Inflatable missed the roughie. Here's Spinder Wheels and Bowler Doosra down the outside. Tycoon Target is battling away behind them. Then Generous Choice. Spinder Wheels hits the lead though. He's clear by a length. Bowler Doosra battling. Generous Choice is the one coming down the outside. He's lifting Spinder Wheels from Bowler Doosra. Spinder Wheels clings on. Spinder Wheels and
great to see Spinder Wheels back in winning form. I think it was a 700-day drought that was broken throughout this campaign, and now has made it back-to-back victories. A really good track and distance record as well. 5 attempts for 3 victories and a third. Jordan Turner rode it last start. It was a brilliant ride by him as well, getting the job done there with a 54.5 kilos. If the rain continues in Perth, this is certainly a must-watch. 8 attempts on a soft track for 4 victories and a second as well. So doesn't mind a bit of sting out of the track. A good Belmont record, can win the race like a lot of them can in it.
He deserves his chance at this 72 class as well, I believe. Those last 2 wins, he's just racing really well, as you mentioned, Adam. We'll have a look at number 6 as well, Run Liam Run. Now, a really good fresh horse with a good fresh record. At $8 can definitely entertain that price.
Has a fresh record, not by choice as well. This horse just has so many issues, but when it comes to the track, it's absolutely brilliant. The Albany form's sensational. 11 starts for 7 victories, a second and a third as well. If you haven't taken a look at the Fitzpatrick plate, do so. This horse had absolutely no right to win. You see it around the bend, way back. Lisa Staples trying to weave through, no luck the whole way, and then all of a sudden the last 100 metres breaks out, attacks the line and wins. Since then, has come out and had a trial and won by 10.5 lengths as well. So Run Liam Run is a serious animal. First time at Belmont Park, barrier 10, 56 kilos. Will get back and run on strongly, but I always just have a watch in the Albany form, because we've seen so many times good runners that are well backed in the market as well come then to the city and just fall short.
Adam, we'll move on to the favourite, Sohu's Harry's opened up favourite. Second up here with not a bad second up record. First up was very impressive at Pinjarra.
Yeah, love this horse. It's trained by Jody McLaughlin, Ryan Hill to ride. He has such an affiliation with it. 3 attempts over the 1,400 metres for 3 victories as well. And how's that? First up, just carrying the 60.5 kilos from barrier 10 and winning by a length as well, pulling away over the 1,200 metres. So drops down now to the 54, steps up in distance. Barrier 1's had 5 attempts at Belmont, never won, but has placed on 3 occasions as well. So I think can run a nice race here. Selections, I'm going to go with the old time 8 with number 1 New Time. Looking for a little bit of luck here. From number 8 Military Ruler, 13 Sohu's Harry and 2 Zookros.
I've got the 13 on top, Adam. Sohu's Harry on top of 8 Military Ruler, 1 New Time and 4 Spinder Wheels.
Time now to take a look at the best bets for the card. We know our Singapore viewers, they like certainties, and you're not going to get a big price, but I think we're both quite confident on one. My first best bet, race 2, number 1 Vega Magic, should just be winning. And then race 7, number 3 Universal Law, has its chance to redeem itself in my eyes.
I'm with you as well, Adam. Race 2, number 1 Vega Magic. I'm hoping for a little bit of a price, but I don't think we'll get it, unfortunately. And race 6, the former Kiwi, Presenter Tie. That's all one word, Presenter Tie.
It's a recent white there as well, getting the nod from both of us. Hopefully you've enjoyed this edition of Box Seat, and we found you a couple of winners. Really looking forward to returning to Belmont Park. Make sure you do visit the website perthracing.com.au and follow us on social media. On behalf of both of us, hopefully found you plenty of winners, and we'll be back again next week.